Hello and welcome to Design Boss Dialogue, the podcast where bold and ambitious women in interior design come for real conversations to transform and take their businesses to new heights. I am your host, Lisa Marie Elkhadraoui, interior designer and business mentor, here to share my experiences and insights into running an interior design business, as well as empowering you to build the confident, profitable design business you've been dreaming of and truly deserve. In this space, we blend creativity with strategy to help you craft your success and thrive in the world of design. Every episode is packed with unfiltered, no BS conversations, daily inspiration, and actionable business tips to turn your passion into a thriving, cash-rich business. Together, we're redefining what it means to succeed in the interior design industry, one intentional, game-changing decision at a time. So get ready to step up, elevate, and create the design empire you've always envisioned. So let's talk about the ins and outs of the installation, because you and I know that we don't get the beauty of like 7 days, 10 days. We've got to get them done in a time frame, and it's almost like you've got to up the ante on organisation here. Talk me through your organisation, your process, your top tips for installing show homes.
First and foremost, speak to the site manager regularly the week prior to the provisional installation date. So there may be some delays that you're not aware of. There could be a leak. There could be a hitch where the electrician's not turned up because he's unwell. All these things can impact it. So I always like to check that. I also like to check that the decorators are fully completed, except for the snagging after the furniture installation. So just making sure that everybody's off site. Again, I have had an instance where the site manager went on holiday and I arrived at the confirmed provisional day with my whole team to walk into an electrician halfway through, pendant hanging, and 2 decorators in the room decorating with full-size tables, pasting wallpaper. And unfortunately, the site manager was on holiday, so lesson learned on that one. Thankfully, again, they were great guys. They were very compliant. They really worked around us. They did as much as they could, and they gave us rooms free to work on while we did a rotation. But really, really, really pin down that 100% everybody's off that job when you walk in, because you have a very tight window. You have your install guys coming, taking all the stuff out of storage. They'll be bringing it into the house. You need a labourer, some sort of like what I call my Man Friday, who is running around literally unpacking boxes, stripping them down, flat packing them, because I like to leave a site. I don't leave any cardboard behind. So as my guys are bringing stuff in, there is somebody behind them unpacking and flattening the boxes. So all the cardboard is going out the door as it's coming in. So when my removals installation guys leave the site, they take all the cardboard with them. There's nothing there for the client to remove. So that's quite important, but that's quite a big job. So have a Man Friday, definitely. He's great, and he's physically strong, so he's always there to help out as well with the removals guys if they need a hand with some extra heavy furniture. And then the process after that really is I take myself and a stylist. Occasionally, when it's a very tight schedule, we have 2 stylists, and one of them, Alex, she's amazing because she works on a lot of the photo shoots with people like Primark and H&M. So her attention to detail is superb. So she's a dab hand with a steamer. She's the queen of the steamers.
I love it.
And she would be literally going around everyone hanging blinds and curtains with the steamer. She just has it welded to her hand 8 hours a day. So
and those things are hot.
Yeah, I know. She's got asbestos hands. So she's the queen of steam. That's our girl.
Love it.
So she's a fantastic stylist. Another little tip is, when you buy cushions and it says, a cushion cover says 50 by 50.
Yes.
Ever buy a 50 by 50 insert, buy a 56.
Yes.
And always buy feather, because you can create better shapes with it. And I know it might be a little bit more expensive, but just use feather.
It plumps it out more and it looks more luxurious in the cushion. No one likes a gappy cushion.
No, they look awful. They just look more. But you could have a beautiful, expensive cushion cover, and you put the wrong insert in, and it just looks a bit nasty.
Yeah,
and they're not expensive if you shop around. You can buy them in bulk. Don't pay premium prices for them. Just make sure they're feather and they're oversized.
Yeah.
So
I love that tip.
Go through the whole process. Yeah, definitely. And then we'll have the stylists in there. The main thing, again, is we like to work on one room at a time. So I will just put my stylist in a room on her own once the room furniture's been built and say, right, don't come out of there till it's absolutely perfect. So one room at a time. Otherwise, everyone gets very confused. And I always stand at the front door as the removal guys are coming in with everything. And I've already gone up and labelled each room with a sign.
That's what we do. So important.
I literally direct. I stand there for 2-3 hours and go, bed 1, first floor, bed 3. I just constantly direct. Because I don't want them to leave site and everything to be in the wrong rooms, because what's the point in having them?
Well, then you've got to double handle work, which is time and money, and then move it around. And if you don't have a handyman and there's something particularly heavy, you're asking someone from site, and it doesn't work.
No. And we also always have with us what I call Flat Pack Mike. We have all these little names for people. Flat Pack Mike is a genius with a screwdriver. Yeah. He's been doing it forever. He is the king of flat pack. He can look at something that would take ordinarily, say, a chest of drawers, because a lot of modern houses, remember this, particularly as you get nearer the city, they get smaller and smaller with regards to turn room. So the staircase is maybe narrower, the landing areas are smaller. So the smaller the house, the more challenges we have. So getting pieces of built furniture up staircases can be problematic. Yeah. So we'll always try and counteract that by buying very good quality premium flat pack that Flat Pack Mike will assemble. So he's usually hovering around, flat packing everywhere.
We love Flat Pack Mike.
Yeah, Flat Pack Mike's great. He's absolutely. I couldn't do it without him, to be honest.
Be more Flat Pack Mike. That's what I say.
Puts most men to shame. He will do a 6-drawer chest in approximately 45 minutes.
Wow.
He's truly amazing. He'll do a triple wardrobe in less than an hour. He's really good.
Love it.
So he's an invaluable part of the team. So yeah, it's just about coordinating that whole team. So whether it be the stylist, whether it be the steam queen, Alex, whether it's Flat Pack Mike, whether it's our man Friday, we all have a very definitive role. And when we get to site, we all know what our role is. Yeah. And that's important.
It's so important.
Something here, then they're wandering over there, because that's not time well spent.
No.
And we usually only get, like you say, I'd like to do the first day, we get all the bulk done.
Yes.
All the big,
all the rubbish out.
Yeah. And then second day, we will have done the majority of the styling, as in steaming and placing things.
Beds made.
Yeah, everything's done. But then I like to go around on the second day, like for instance this afternoon, this is where I'm going to a developer. I go around and I call it my gap day. Mm-hmm. So I will wander around there today and I will look for things that I think can be improved.
Okay.
So I'll go there this afternoon and I'll do my gap day and I'll look visually where I sense the gaps are, where things aren't quite where I want them. And then I'll come away. I've already made a list. I'll come away this afternoon. I'll go off. I'll buy all the elements I want to just do that final tweak, pop back there in the morning and it's done. And I know it's perfect. And it has to be that I can walk away and go, that looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
That's my process. It varies with everyone.
Do you know, it does, but it's very similar to our process as well. I think day one, when you're doing show homes, as long as you're 100% organised, we normally visit sites 7 to 10 days beforehand, like you. We're checking that it's going to be ready. We've made sure that the sparkle cleaner's booked in. We're going back 3 days before. We're checking the property. Is it clean? Is it tidy? And that big day one, I think, is the real turning point of how the rest of the install is going to go. Because if you've got all your big furniture turning up off the van, and like you, normally Nikki or I would be standing at the door, coordinating where to go, this, that, the other. You know, Jane and Louis turn up and they're doing the window blinds. They'll turn an apartment round in half a day. And then you've got your dedicated stylist in particular rooms, not coming out till they're completely done. Steaming the bed linen. Another thing that we do is, when we're buying in bulk for duvets, we always put a duvet on the mattress and then a fitted sheet so it plumps it. And then we're doing a plumpier duvet, but we actually steam and iron out the lines of the duvet, because when you're putting a sheet on top and you can see the lines of the duvet, it really gets my goat. I hate it. So we get everyone steaming those lines out. And I mean, the beds and the steaming itself can take a day, even like in a 3-bed house or a 3-bed apartment. Everyone underestimates how long it takes a bed, when you're steaming the pillowcases. So that is really done in our day 1, day 2, getting the bulk of all of that done. And like you say, coming away, making that list, going back in, looking, the final little tidbits, the tweaking. And we have someone also that just purely takes stickers off and is taking all of the labels. Someone flat packing. Normally Alex is our king of flat pack, and he just will whiz round, make furniture, put things up. He knows heights now. We'll do an elevation. He'll work to the drawings. He'll check it all. And then we've got someone that comes in and sparkles afterwards, just to make sure that there's no dust, cushions are perfect, everything's facing the right way, all the labels, nothing can be seen. So it is really, like you say, it's having dedicated people in your team that are, right, we've got someone for flat pack, 2 people for removals, someone's taking all of the cardboard, moving things, black bin bags, putting stuff in stickers, getting it back on the van. The steamers are in, the window people, the stylists. And it's about building that team in before you go in and really understanding and knowing how you're going to coordinate that show home.
It's big coordination. One of my little tips that I use, so invariably you will steam, and then, I don't know if you've ever had this, you'll walk in at what I call on my gap day, where I go in and look and I'll see one crease. And I go, oh, just one little tiny crease in it.
Oh, we've had that.
We've checked it times. I always have in my car and in my pocket, I have a big bottle of crease release, Lenore crease release.
Yes.
Amazing. And I have a mini bottle that I've decanted in my pocket.
I love
and
that.
I walk around, and if I see it's an area, obviously if it's a silk or something, you can't spray it.
Yeah.
If it's a cotton or it's a wool or it's a
spray,
linen, just quick spray, quick tug, and it smells beautiful. And
yeah,
just slight rub, clean hands, voila, it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's my little private stash I have with me.
I love that.
And the other thing is, I'm the same as you, labels. Bane of my life.
Oh.
So many show homes I've gone around in the past where I can literally pick an object up and there's a big label on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's not cool.
I'm obsessive about labels.
Yeah.
So we have 2 things we use. We have sticky label remover, the little sticky stuff.
The little spray cans.
And what we use is, I think the thing that works the best is a silicone furniture polish like Mr. Sheen.
Yeah.
Just spray that on and just rub it gently with a microcloth. It rolls off.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many little tips and tricks that we've built up over the years. And we actually have so anyone on the install will get a dedicated suitcase, an install bag. And in the install bags, there's shoe covers, there's polish, there's toilet roll, there's spoons, tea bags, all of that in there. We've got travel kettles. We've got 2 steamers. We've even got stuff to go over the steamers in case the steamers spit. We've got black Sharpie pens because we all know dark furniture, if it comes in a little bit chipped, you do a little bit of in all dark shades of browns and beige. Things that you put under the chairs to stop them scraping on the wood. We've got those in the bags. We've actually got these really cool screwdrivers that are USB charged that come with lots of little different interchangeable heads. And I think I got them off Amazon. I've got to send you the link, but they're in there just in case something's a bit too tight or you need to do something up. We've got spanner kits, when you're if Flat Pat Mike or Alex can't get to something and you need to do it quickly. So we've built up this whole toolkit system for installs. And if it's in the install bag, it's magic. Sprays, wipes, magic eraser sponges, you name it. And actually the one thing that we keep in our toolkit now, we invested in a Bizzle spot machine, like a carpet bizzle machine. They're about £100 on Amazon. And you know, if someone's flat packing or cutting boxes and they nick their finger and a little bit of blood gets on the carpet, these bizzle machines are amazing. And you literally can get anything out. And someone who gave me that tip, bizzle, I think it's obviously I am not sponsoring or naming any, I'm sure any other carpet thing would do, but we were given this advice by a carpet company that used to work for a development company of my husband, and I used to go onto site with them when they're doing the carpets. And I used to say, oh, what's that little machine that you've got? And they were like, oh, that's the bizzle spot machine, because the carpet guys used it in case they nicked their finger on the stair rods or something, and it got anything out. And that machine has been in my bag. I've just actually treated myself, Diana, to a new carpet machine. You've been very impressed. But that is in our show home install bag. I know. We're so rock and roll, aren't we? With our carpet machine and our steamers.
The other thing that my husband always insists on bringing, because Andy helps us out with installations as well, because he is quite hands-on on that side of things, is if there's a freezer in the property and it's switched on, which invariably it is once you get to this stage, we always take a small bag of ice. And the bag of ice we've found is, you know, when you're unrolling rugs, and sometimes there's a permanent crease in them, but you don't really want to steam because you're not quite sure of the full fibre content. So I always get a bit cautious in case there's any nylon or any poly in it. What we do is we have a little bag of ice, and once everybody's left the room and everyone's hoovered and there's still some bumps or some little dints, we go around with small pieces of ice and we leave them on the dints. And we leave the room, and then an hour later it soaks in and it gets rid of it.
Wow.
So sometimes if you furniture on something and you've left a dint in the carpet, or you've left a dint in the rug, or it's been bent in a pack, a few pieces of ice, only small pieces, don't saturate it, and you literally, it'll just takes the creases out.
I love that. I never knew that. That is amazing.
Yeah, my husband told me that. How scary is that?
Do you know what we should do? Write a little book Bible of all the little hints and tips for show homes. Wouldn't that be amazing? That is a really good tip.
That's the one thing I hate. You know, sometimes you put beautiful curtains and blinds up and they haven't cleaned the windows on the inside, and then I really panic in case they're going to get cleaning fluid on the drapes or the blinds.
We actually advise and send someone in before we go in to clean the windows and wipe down the window boards and go round all the frames with wipes, because even round there they can still be black, because when we're using like a double pole, so I know Cameron Fuller have got amazing double pole tracks, and we will normally do a lovely curtain in front if it's like a kitchen open plan area, and then we'll have the shears behind it so that it acts as a double, and it's actually more opulent as well. I don't want anything getting on those shears, so we make sure everything is wiped down as well. But yeah,
just wipe that inner frame down because it does get grubby.
Yeah,
particularly if the decorator's a bit grubby down, sometimes it gets missed.
It's difficult because you're trying to pick up all these tiny little things and make sure, right, that's done, that's done, that's done. So moving me on to my next question is, how did you fall into the world of interior design? What led you into this industry?
Okay, so I didn't take a traditional route by any means. Many, many years ago, a long time ago, in my 20s and late teens, I spent a lot of time in the Far East in the, should we say, the TV and advertising world. So I picked up a lot of style that wasn't conventional to, say, Western Europe. I really absorbed the style, the culture. It was very diverse. I lived in Japan for about 5 years. And so that gave me a really good insight into what I would call aesthetics. And then when I came back from working in that industry, I then worked in the pharmaceutical industry, as I'd always had a fascination with medicine, but I ended up working in the industry in medical sales. And alongside that, I also did my own renovations because my routine really would have been more build than design. My dad had been a builder and was a very hands-on guy. My mum actually was an amazing seamstress, tailoress who could create anything from nothing. So I'd always had that creative side in my upbringing. But when I started in pharmaceuticals, that wasn't really a creative outlet. Yes, it appealed to me academically, but it didn't tap into what I really enjoyed. So alongside my job, I used to renovate homes for myself. And when I met Andy, we renovated our first home. We did quite a lot of build extension on it. We repurposed the spaces. My big strength, I think, personally, if I can quote one, is I love to go into existing homes and repurpose the spaces. Don't be scared if the kitchen's in the wrong place. Let's just move it. Because if you've got a small kitchen, you've got a small kitchen, but maybe you've got a huge unused dining room that would be perfect. So my thing was we used to repurpose and redesign homes and work with the space we'd got, or we would extend. So we started to do this quite regularly, and we developed an Edwardian villa, which was lovely, my favourite house still, our first home. We did a beautiful Grade 2 listed stone house in the middle of the hills in the middle of nowhere, which was a challenge because it was working with heritage and it was all heritage materials. We had bat relocations to do.
Oh God, I hate the bat relocations. Bane of my life.
I know, don't mention the bats. So I sort of really cut my teeth on this. And alongside that, as I was doing these different homes for myself, friends were coming to me more and more and saying, oh my goodness, I really love what you've done here. It feels so homely, so cozy, but it's still timeless, because that's what it's got to be to me personally. So then I started to do it for friends and family. When they'd buy a new home or when they'd relocate, I would help them coordinate. But alongside that, I'd also started to build up a really good connection with a local builder who's a very experienced builder. And we use him on all our residential work, and we've used him for all our homes as well. So again, I got heavily involved with the architects. I would sit at the very beginning of the stage, which you and I know residential is really important.
Yeah.
And we just reevaluate and look at how we're going to use this home or how we're going to use a friend's home. So all this was done alongside my pharmaceutical job. Then in around the mid-2000s, a long time ago, I started to work with Andy in his business. So I sort of put the pharmaceutical thing, I'd had the children, I started to wind that down, and then I began working with him. And over the sort of the 10-year period, we built up a very successful business that we managed to sell in 2019, not related to interior design, but I still kept my hand in by constantly renovating properties for myself and friends. And then 2019, we sold that business just before lockdown hit, thank goodness, otherwise it wouldn't have gone through, to an American VC company. They bought it. And the day that, about a month before lockdown hit, the money hit the bank and we took a huge sigh of relief because we were like, that was very close. But we then had the year that everybody else had of sitting at home thinking, right, what do we do next? Because we're too young to retire. That money won't last forever. And we still want to be involved in doing something. So we started to draft a business plan together on how we could use my skill set and Andy's skill set of having run factories and large businesses, how we could do something together that would be a lifestyle business initially.
Yeah.
It would be nice to do, but, you know, not going to be the pressure of a 60-hour week. Little did I know.
Hindsight.
Yeah, exactly. So we formulated this idea. And this idea was to primarily focus on residential one-off projects of a decent size that would involve some element of build as well as interior design. And we would do that through very soft marketing because we knew a lot of people locally who would like us to help them. And we just thought we'd just tread water and just really softly launch this. So we came up with the name Marblehead Home. And if anyone goes to our website, they can read our story. And the reason why we called it Marblehead is because many, many years ago when we got married, part of our honeymoon was we did a tour of California and the States. And on the latter half of our honeymoon, we went to the East Coast of America, which has always been my favourite place in the world. I just adore it. And we happened upon a very small fishing town stroke village called Marblehead on our tours, slightly outside of Boston. Particularly not a beautiful, it's not a Martha's Vineyard, but it's a beautiful rustic fishing town, gorgeous weatherboard buildings. A lot of the pilgrims will have settled there in the 1600s. It seeped history, but it also had a heart that worked. It wasn't tourist. It was the most stunning place I've ever been to. And we felt a real bond with that place. And it's probably what I call my happy place.
Yeah.
So we looked around, we loved the architecture, we loved the buildings. It was like a mixture of everything that I like in life. It was nature, it was history, but it was also homely.
Yeah.
So we named our business after the style of homes that exist in Marblehead, which is I'd say my ultimate passion, which is a New England style home. Because I just love the way they live. It's just so
I
free.
love that.
If you spill something on the floorboards, it's not a big deal. If you get something on the linen sofa, give it a quick scrub, I like that natural element. So that is how it started. So we named the company after our very first place that we ever fell in love with, a location, and obviously together because it was our honeymoon.
Yeah.
It's got a really nice tone to it. And then
it's such a beautiful, warm story.
It's a little family story. Our girls go, ugh,
but we all adore it. We love it.
Yeah, but it gave us a sense of something, and it gave us a direction, which is more important. And when you look at the website, there are some images of Marblehead itself, which are gorgeous. All these different coloured weatherboard homes, and then sort of some of the examples of work we've done lend itself to that coastal style of living. And I think possibly because we live on the coast by the beach, it lended itself to our home as well.
Yeah.
So so that started off. We started off very small, treading water, with residential projects, some good-sized ones, some really big, substantial stuff. And then on the back of that, one of the homes we developed was for someone who also had their own build company, but they wanted to come in and sort of do the finishing of their own home. Because builders are great up until a certain point, and then they sort of, what do I do next? What paint do I use? What colour bulbs do I use? Even things like that. So on the back of that, he then asked us to look at a couple of show homes that he was developing, quite a small development, but luxury development. And we got into it through that route, really. And as soon as I did show homes, I realised that as much as I love residential, and I really do love change, making people's homes beautiful for them and making it feel like a home, not just a house. The show homes ignited something in me that I touched on at the beginning of this, which was it gave me really good, strong, free creativity. And I could really take on stuff that I know would look amazing that my residential clients may be a little bit nervous about.
Yeah.
So that ignited it for me. And then from that, it just came through referral. We ended up doing a project for Jones Homes in Cheshire, a beautiful development of some very prestigious homes that then was visited by some other sales directors from some other developers and house builders who then contacted me and said, we loved what you did with that one. Will you come and talk to us? And it's just sort of snowballed from there, really. But the main thing, how I would say we differ to other people in the business who are definitely experts at this, is we don't do everybody. We only want to do some people, but really well. Yeah. We don't want to have 15 to 20 house builders. That's not what we're about. We will always be in single figures. And for those clients, we will do 100% a great job and support them the whole way. So
we say that.
All things.
Yeah, we say that. Even with our interior design clients, we're extremely picky who we work with, and we will only work with a very select, limited number of people because it's about the quality we deliver and the energetic relationship of that project as well. We don't take every project on all and sundry. That's not our business model, and we're very aligned like that.
We're like you, we've got like 5 people in the team and we're going to keep it at that because it's manageable, it's personable, and everybody knows what's going on. We all communicate. If I go bigger than that, it could break down, and I don't want to do that. And I'm starting now with our girls who work with us is they're starting to get the relationships going as well with the sales managers and the sales directors of these individual house builders. Yeah. So we all sort of become a real level management tier where we're all working at the same level. And that's really important for me.
I love
don't
that.
want it to be a hierarchy.
No.
We're all responsible and we all know what we're doing. All right, we all have different taste, but ultimately we're all responsible. So, it's so far so good. We've got about 6 really sized house builders now who we work with. We've potentially another 2 coming on board, and then we will draw the line. That will be we'll stop. Because we don't just do show homes. What we found is now that we're growing with these particular companies, is that we provide other services. So we'll do furniture packs. We'll do all the Christmas decorations for them in the homes.
Yeah.
We will go, and they may have lots of furniture left over from a sales house that they've not sold, or they've moved it, and we'll sometimes go along for a small fee and redesign it into a new home. So it's almost like an upgrade package. We've come up with some really good marketing ideas for them on how to move homes that are sticking. Sometimes those houses need a refresh because they're a bit outdated and they've looked a bit staid for a while. Not expensive tweaks, but enough to reinvigorate their buyers.
So revamp.
What we want to become is so what we want to become is an integral part of their sales team. We don't just want to be the show home people who come in twice a year. We want to be part of the team.
Which I absolutely, I love all of that. And I think it's so amazing how you've come into the industry and your journey in, and it just strengthens people's thoughts even more that if they're in different careers, just if you want to get into something, just go and do it and find a way in, and you don't have to follow these traditional routes in. Like, if you're so passionate and you love something, it's about the willingness to adapt and learn and just going for it.
And exactly. And don't be afraid to bring the right people in to do what you can't do. Recognize your strengths. I know my strength is project management. I just know that is always been my strength. It just is. I'm a coordinator. I'm a coster. I'm a absolutely check constantly. I just am. I'm over detailed in certain areas, but I am not great on CAD. I can just about get through on it. But my girls are a whiz, the ladies I work with. Some of them are phenomenal at, the things they can create. They have very different ideas to me because they're a younger age group. So, don't be afraid. Just recognize your strengths, and where you're weak, don't try and do everything. Don't try and be a jack of all trades, because you'll end up doing a mediocre job.
I love that. That's amazing. And that is such great advice to wrap the show up on know what you can do, know your strengths, reach out for support, and don't try and be a jack of all trades. Diana, thank you so much for coming on to today's podcast. It has been amazing to chat to you. All things show homes, do's, don'ts, and what to do. Thanks for all your amazing knowledge.
You're welcome. And thank you for sharing yours, and also for the sticker tip.
I know. We're going to get everyone getting a flat pack mic, a flat pack Alex, someone for a Friday, and stickering everything.
Absolutely. And a bizzle. Don't forget the bizzle.
And a bizzle. There you go. 5 top tips for show homes. Thank you so much, Diana. And I am sure we will be doing another podcast together in 2025.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Design Boss Dialogue. If you love what you heard, then please share the podcast with your friends and any women that could do with a dose of empowerment just from me. I would love to hear your thoughts around today's podcast with your key takeaways and wins, because your feedback means everything to me. Also, don't forget to leave a review as well as hit that follow button so you never miss out on any inspiring conversations with me or any other trailblazing women I have on. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes, and remember, unleashing your inner design power and unlocking your true potential is only a click away. See you next time.